I think that Toronto's like a really multicultural place, and there's so many different people, and there's like it's a really beautiful like city and really caring to everyone. But like I still think that Black people have it harder, no matter where they are or what city. Like it's more about like I feel like the danger of just also being a Black person. It doesn't matter like Toronto or where, because there's good sides of Toronto and there's bad sides as well. So yes, I think Black people have it harder in Toronto still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna ask me the question?
Oh yeah. Do you think Black people have it tougher in Toronto?
I feel like Black people have it tougher all over the world.
And why?
I feel like due to systemic racism, learned behaviours, and I just feel like nobody who's not in their shoes can quite understand, and I feel like right now we've got to push ourselves to get there, and I feel like it's kind of like our fault that it's taken this long to get there, to get us on where we've needed to be all along. So
What's your question?
Do you think Black people have it tougher in Toronto?
Absolutely. It's got it tough everywhere, but here it's a different type of pressure. It's a pressure you don't see in the States. It's more sublime. It's in your face though. I feel for you guys. You take care.
Can you ask the question again?
Do you think Black people have it harder in Toronto?
I don't think we have it harder. I think that it's more covert. I think that it's such there's a lot of like microaggressions. There's a lot of like subtle passive aggressive nuances and pokes and prods that happen here in Toronto that I feel like might not happen abroad. Like I feel like in the States they're more blatant with the racism. The more north you go in Canada, they're more blatant with the racism. But in Toronto, it's really passive aggressive and it's really systematic. Systemic and like systematic, and it's like clockwork. And it's things that tear you down and chip you away over time. It's not things that are just like in your face, like, oh, you're a nigger. It's not like that. It's tiny things like hovering over you, asking you what you're doing in this area, asking for ID, telling you to get off your stoop when you're like having something for lunch, like asking what you're doing in this area, asking you to look through your bag, making judgments based off of what you look like, your hair, clothing, and then subjecting you to certain things. Like a lot of people wouldn't know that I'm college educated. A lot of people don't know that I graduated with these awards and honors. A lot of people don't know that I work in corporate based off of what I look like. A lot of people be like, oh, whatever their prediction might be, or they're more inclined to this or that, and that happens a lot in Toronto. A lot of profiling happens a lot in Toronto.
Go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. So I believe that Black people have it more difficult everywhere, not just Toronto, but everywhere. It's an unfortunate state of events, but people generally judge you based on what you look like, and skin color is one of those things. Unfortunately, that's something we can't help and should never be judged. Good?
I mean, I think like based on some of the things that I've seen in the media, I would say yes, but I obviously don't have the experiences that like a person of color has. So I would say yes, but it's like based on things that I like read about in the media, and not obviously like based on my direct experiences sort of thing. What about you? What do you think?
No, I agree with that. I think that I definitely can't speak for myself, but I feel like everything that I've been trying to educate myself on, it's definitely, I think Black people have a very prevalent in Canada, all over, not just Toronto, not just the States. Here, it's very prevalent here as well.
Perfect.
Am I supposed to say it?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Black people in Toronto have it much harder.
And why?
Because we still live in a society where the system perpetuates privilege for those that are white and who have been receiving privilege from before the system has changed, and we need to do better.
Go ahead.
Okay, obviously yes.
And why?
And why? I mean, okay, well, just as I said, it's not, I don't think it's like obviously exactly for me to tell, but I mean, it's obviously just like everywhere, it's like fucking racist here. I mean, like in the, so I'm so bad on camera. So
It's okay.
let me like gather my thoughts. I mean, whatever the structures in which we like, I mean, whatever the education that we have is like colonial, based on racism. Like, yeah, you know, every structure, everything that we benefit off of is like off of racist shit. You know, like, can we have like a group?
Oh yeah, certainly.
Does it have to be like one person?
Yeah, I think it's like any aspect of life that involves like relying on other people, like groups of people, like however they're set up, like those are like inherently racist, especially in Toronto.
So like school, for example, like academics or
like there's like a large number of ways of how they can be. I can't really like answer like why or how like specifically, because that's something that I can't really speak to.
Okay.
We can speak to it.
And like,
I mean,
maybe like popular culture, like be it from here or from the States, like people are kind of conditioned to like look at black people in a negative light. And I think like regardless of like where you are in the world, that culture kind of like is like recreated in so many places, and it's just like really terrible. And it's like a lot of what leads to like these kind of negative opinions that people don't think they have. They don't think they're racist, but they consume media that constantly puts those ideas in their head. And I think hopefully more so now people are gonna wake up to the fact that like we all need to be checking ourselves all the time.
50? What do you got, 50?
30 millimeter. Okay. Do you think black people have it harder in Toronto, or?
Yes, yes they do. Black people have it harder everywhere.
And why is that?
Well, because of learned. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry. Because of learned ignorance, or like just things that they learn from like past, because it's like other races, black people, like it's learned. It's learned from other generations, from past generations, and it's slowly sort of fingers crossed, it's slowly disappearing, whatever. But that's it.
Go.
Hi. So the question is, why is it, or do I think is it harder for black people in Canada? There are many reasons why. I'm going to point to the educational system to start with. It's as if black people are written out of Canadian history, just like the Indigenous people are written out of history. I graduated in 1999. I went to OAC, and I didn't really learn anything about the Indigenous people or black people's history in Canada, whether it's Africaville in Halifax or Angelique, who was a slave who was hung and blamed for burning down Montreal. I didn't learn that. I only learned that as an actor and having research and then reading plays. So it isn't fair because you don't learn about who you are and your contribution to this country. So yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult if you can't, if you're not ingrained in the history of the country that your ancestors or other people have contributed to the development of this country. How do you build your self-esteem if you're written out of the story of that country you're trying to build? So yeah, it is hard.